RBA has lifted interest rates for a ninth straight board meeting and told Aussies to brace for more rate rises this year. Some households are now paying over $1,000 more each month compared to May. Joining me live now is Economist Chris Richardson. Chris, we know what to expect. I think the Governor is being quite forthright in the message that he wants to get out to Australians. There is more pain on the way. Stop spending, inflation stubbornly high. Where are we headed, though, in your view?
We are headed into more troubling times. I suspect not everybody is caught up with the news in the Australian economy and how it's tracking since Christmas. And that news is not good. We are starting to get hints that the Australian economy is finally slowing down. You're seeing that at the shops. Sadly, though, it's not yet clear that inflation is slowing down. If anything, it's showing up in new places. That's got the Reserve Bank worried. It's saying it's going to have to keep raising rates to stamp out inflation, and that it thinks that task will take longer.
OK, Chris, explain this to me, because we see a lot of inflation in things that households simply cannot cut back spending on. We're talking about food, we're talking about energy, petrol prices. So when you're cutting rates and you're trying to get inflation down on those essential items, how does this work? Because isn't it the discretionary spending that's the problem here?
Absolutely. And you're pointing to a fundamental problem, basically. Raising interest rates in Australia isn't how you stop a war in Europe or floods up and down the east coast of Australia. There are a bunch of things that have been driving inflation in Australia that are not readily solved by the only tool that the Reserve Bank has in front of it. The words that the bank's been using for a long time and used again yesterday, the OECD is using it, Australia has a narrow path. Well, the bank is saying that path has narrowed further. Previously, it used to talk about the need for a further increase in interest rates, which might have meant just one. Yesterday, it changed that to talk about increases in interest rates lying ahead. It is saying expect at least two more, and probably relatively soon. It is seeing the problem it faces, inflation, as bigger and more dangerous than before. That says Australia, and we're currently in that no man's land where interest rates have gone up a lot. The pain of that is only just beginning to be felt. 2023 will see a lot more pain in the economy.